Facebook group. If let's say you're watching from YouTube live, yes, I am live. So usually I do like pre-recorded videos so that it's more scalable. Like one video of mine, I can appear in multiple locations. But then today, because I just newly bought this tool is actually a competitor of StreamYard. So last time I used to do all these different live like landscape mode. I can put a lot of overlays like all these different flower using this costume yard. They have a free version, but then recently I saw this no-brainer lifetime deal, like only cost me at about $60, that I can use this streaming software for the entire life. It's actually the direct competitor of StreamYard, so that's why I tested yesterday for the very first time. And you know what happened? If yesterday I tested at my personal profile in my Facebook. So if let's say you're watching from YouTube, you haven't added me, feel free to go to www.facebook.com/JuneLowStory to add me, right? And I make a really stupid mistake. That mistake was I forgot to unmute myself. So at the end I speak for like 6 minutes not knowing that I muted myself. So you know what, I can apply all this fancy stuff. So if let's say you guys wanted to know what is that what tool I'm getting, right, feel free to comment down below. I'll actually just leave my comments later on. Okay, so for those who watching a replay, you can check it out at my comment, whether it's my YouTube or it's in my Facebook. Okay, so back to the question, what I have been up to lately. I'm so sorry for MIA, missing action for I think almost 1 week. I never do live in my profile, in my Facebook group, and every places because I was busy doing this called Amazing Challenge. Okay, for those that you if let's say watch my live yesterday at my personal profile, that idea actually came for about 12 to 14 days ago. Like someone inspired me, hey, you know what, June, you should do a challenge, because challenge is what move people to take actions, right? A lot of people, they know video is important, but then why they are not taking any actions? It's because you know what, I know a lot of stuff. I know that going to gym will make my lifestyle a little bit healthier. I know I need to eat healthier in order to stay healthy, right? I need to eat a lot of fruits and everything. However, I'm not doing that, right? But then what's the reasons? Okay, the reasons is that when we just tell people information and knowledge, it is not enough. But then when we put people, throw them into an environment, like if let's say you are in an environment full of your classmates, and your classmates are all just beginner and we are all learning, it then create another story, because we are being placed in a very, very vibrant, very, very different environment where we kind of know, hey, you know what, I'm learning, you are learning too. You know what, let's learn together. That's where you are being put in a really positive vibes. So I actually get that after I attended a few of the challenges that I invested. And although I know the knowledge, but then it's really, really fun when I actually engage myself throughout the entire process, and it is really fun to see. So without further ado, that's what I did. I was like, you know what, it sounds like a lot of work. It is a lot of work, I'm not going to lie, but let's think about it. Entrepreneurship, or whatever things that we are starting out, like let's say you are really passionate in entrepreneurship, you are really passionate in starting a business, whether it's an online business or it's an offline business, it doesn't matter. Every business, everything that you start, you need to put in a lot of efforts, right? With no guarantee results. That happens anytime and whenever you want to start a business. So that happens a lot. So in the end, after asking myself that question, June, that is really a lot of work. Like seriously, are you sure you really want to do that? If let's say you calculate the return on investment, like because the challenge for the 7 days, I only charge like $7. I even have my friend, she actually is part of the student in the academy as well. She said, oh my God, June, seriously, are you charging like $7? Like seriously, why not? Even my boyfriend said, June, you should charge $27. Seriously. I was like, you know what? It's my first time ever launching it. I want to have the confidence to know that I always over deliver. That's why I want to test on my Facebook ad strategy in reaching out cold audience. That's why I actually start from the $7. So that was I have been working on lately. But then I don't want, this episode is about that challenge. But of course, if let's say you guys are interested to know more about it, I'm just going to put a link down below so that you guys can check it out. Okay, but I want this topic for today to talk more about when you are starting out. especially whether you're aspiring entrepreneur, you're a new entrepreneur, or you tell other people that you are an online entrepreneur, but actually you know that deep down you do not know what you want to start with. Okay, I have been there. I know how it feels like. Okay, so but I wanted to correct. I want to make your adjustment in the mindset a little bit. Okay, a lot of people, like for me, starting a challenge is a lot of work. But then why I decided to do it anyway? Because I treat it as a journey. Because at the end, we all make decisions based on either pleasure or away from pain. You can be a carrot person, like I dangle a carrot in front of you. You want to get a carrot, that's why you do something, right? Or you can be like a stick person, means that because you're so painful and you want to avoid from pain, that's why you decided to make a certain action, such as starting an online business. But then what is the hard truth that nobody is telling you when you're starting out is starting a business is never easy. I'm not saying that it will be very, very difficult, but it's never easy because there are too many people out there just because they want you to, enroll in any courses or buy their stuff. They will just tell you, you know what, this is really, really very easy and everything. Starting a business is never easy. Enrolling into entrepreneurship is never easy, but it's not difficult. The point that is making the differences throughout so many years. I started my first online business, I think about when I was 18. That was when I was like in the education line. I was working as an agency. We connect tutors, home tutors, as well as the parents who are looking for tutors, right? That was my first ever online business experience. And after that, I moved on going to e-commerce. Throughout the entire year, I think about almost more than 12 years, I've seen so many people coming in. They say, you know what? I saw people like starting an online business and e-commerce store in Shopify. Back then, we don't even have a Shopify by the way. So I saw like a lot of people starting like Shopify. It's really fun. It's really cool. It's really awesome to call myself an entrepreneur, right? So they started it. They pile up a lot of stocks. Some of my friends, they actually focusing in ladies fashion, and they do importing, and then they rebrand as their own product, and then they resell, right? So there are a lot of different types of friends. They are doing e-commerce very differently. But then one thing that I realized that is so obvious, but I only get to realize recently, is because the only thing that separates people, those that who is still staying in their business that they started a long time ago, versus those who already, gave up on not doing the said business they have started, is because of the consistency. The consistency and having the faith in yourself that yes, the future is very uncertain. Like, let's think about it, to be honest. When the first ever day that you decided that you want to step on entrepreneurship, everything is totally uncertain. Like, who will thought like there is a virus coming in that kills so many business? Who will think about there are so many different factors, whether it's in the macro environment in general, which, there is a politics, there is a government, the environment changes, or there is like so many different technology kind of changes. Nobody can ever predict that. So there's always a risk. There's always uncertainty. But if let's say you are someone that you meet and you face a challenge, like today, there is like, some really weird virus, you face a challenge. Are you going to give up on your dream, or you think that you can stick to it and stay through it? That's the difference. Because so many friends that I saw for the past 10 years, that has always come and go. Everything is because they can't really endure the uncertainty that is the byproduct of entrepreneurship, and they give up too soon. So that is actually a really, really very interesting book that is actually recommended by my friend and also my fellow friend, my mentor, Joe Jobonski. So he's from Group Funnels. So it's actually called 3 Feet from Goal. So literally, I don't know whether you guys are like saw this picture or not. Okay, let me just Google up 3 Feet from Goal. Okay, I actually go and study the gist. Let me show you guys the picture, then you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Okay. So this is the picture, and let me share my screen. Screen. Okay, this is today is the second day I'm using this. Hopefully it all works fine. Okay, I think, how should I share? Okay, so let me share that. I wonder whether you guys can see my screen. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, so weird. Okay, I know what happened. I need to use two screen. Okay, let me try again. Okay, share screen. Okay, this photo is really very interesting, and it will actually, just by using one picture, I can literally tell you, you can roughly know what the storyline goes. Okay, yes, by right you should be able to see. So if let's say you guys can see from my picture, there are two types of person. So the diamond is all over here. Can you guys see that? Oh, sorry, I forgot to share. Sharing the stream. Okay, I'm not really experienced. Okay, let's try this layout. Okay, so can you guys see this part where there are a lot of diamonds on the right hand side? Can you guys see that? All over here is actually diamonds, and there are two person. One person just so near 3 feet from gold, like 3 feet from the diamond. I don't think it's even 3 feet anyway. Maybe cms, right? He decided to give up because he was like too tired. So many things uncertain. He already been digging maybe for years, for days, for months, and he did not see the outcome. So guess what? He decided to, just give up. But what could he do before he gave up? He could have, maybe tried to pivot a little bit. What do we mean by pivot? Pivot means that maybe you did not dig the diamond because you did not even seek for like professional advice. Maybe someone who is professional advice in that area, they could have known based on the level of you digging it, like how far or how near you are from diamonds. But let's say the guy above, like the guy A above, he'd been digging, although yes, the journey is very tiring. Seriously, the journey is so tiring, right? You feel like you're alone. At times you feel like, am I doing the right thing? Should I continue? At times, whenever you see like your friends who is working 9 to 5, they are having a really stable life. 9 to 5, that's awesome. After 5, bye to boss. They don't have to learn anything. They don't have to react to any challenges, changes in government, changes in politics, changes in macro environment. They don't have to worry about cash flow, but you have to worry about it. Then you will start thinking to yourself like, is that worth it? Like, okay, so now the next question is, should it be the guy A or the guy B? Because right now you are looking from the outside. You are not the guy inside the picture. You are looking from the outside. So definitely you say, you know what, June, let's be the guy A, right? The guy A, the guy above that. If let's say you are feeling tired, just rest. Just rest. Think about your strategy. Pivot your strategy. Test out your strategy. Collect data and feedback. Okay, so, and then only to start thinking, hey, you know what, is there any better strategy that you can implement? Or is there any different methods that you can pivot? Or if let's say this business model is not working, is there anything else that you can do about it to make it work? Is the actually what we call, I don't know whether you guys heard about this TED Talk that I actually saw it. It's called GRIT, G-R-I-T, GRIT. So what's your grit? Are you able to really stay until the end, right? To enjoy the fruit? Are you okay with delayed gratification, right? So that's where all these are all the hot truth about entrepreneurship. Probably no one told you. And to be honest, there is actually no right or wrong answer. It doesn't mean that, oh, you know what, June, I have to be entrepreneur. It all comes down to your interest. Not everybody born is like entrepreneurship. It's everything about entrepreneurship. Some people, they can be really great marketer working for someone else, and they are still able to earn a lot. But what is the main key takeaway? Main key takeaway that I want you guys to take away is stay consistent and stay focused to what you want to do right now. Stay focused. That is so important. It doesn't matter that you are working for someone else, or it even doesn't matter that you are starting out. You are trying to look for direction. All right, just stay focused and stay consistent, because a lot of times We don't know what we don't know until we do it. But then I realized I have some students actually come to me, but I realized they have like this do they call like analysis paralysis? I don't know whether I get the right term. It is called analysis paralysis, where they keep on study, like, study, there's no action. Oh yeah, because I saw my friend using that method is really working, so I'm gonna follow that. Okay, no problem. But then the next day they saw another friend from another world do something else and it's working, and then they want to follow there as well. Like, I'm not saying that is wrong, because ultimately both methods will lead you to the right direction. The both methods will give the results that you wanted. But then, have you ever wondered, these two person that you have just met, they have really deep dive into their method for some time before they try something out? That's something to think about. So don't be like that person, like today you learn something, you never do anything, then you decided that because you saw someone is doing something else, then you decided to pivot the next day. Like, just think about that. Just think about dating. If let's say today you date a girl, Michelle, okay, rather than focusing on keep on dating Michelle to know that you guys are a great fit for each other, maybe you guys should actually go for lunch sometimes, go for a movie sometimes, spend some time together. Okay, you can also choose another method. You know what? Tonight, let's go out with Michelle. Oh, Michelle is really cool. I think our wife is really nice. You spend 2 hours with Michelle, and then next day you find like, you know what? I saw there's another lady called Ivy, and she's really awesome as well. Like, they are of different style. Like, but I think I love Ivy vibe as well. Both Michelle and Ivy are great, but if let's say you're continuously dating different lady without like going really real deep in understanding who they are as a person, you'll get to nowhere. Does it make sense? So I always love to use this dating analogy, because when I was younger, oh my god, it sounds so old. When I was younger back then, I was having some problem in my dating life. That's where I study a lot. I really literally bought a lot of books and then study about that. And then after that, I was like, you know what? They are right. No matter whether it's in our relationship, whether it's in your career, we have to pick our focus right? And then really, really, really take some time to be patient, to allow yourself to be okay with gratification, to allow yourself to fail faster, to allow yourself some time to perform to do what you have how to say to allow yourself to take actions on what you have learned previously, and to be patient to wait for data, for feedback to tell you whether it is successful or it fails. So that's the main key takeaway. Okay, so that's why so progress over perfection. So I'm going to start my amazing challenge. It's actually a 7-day video challenge. Why do I call it amazing challenge? You guys know that I love amazing. And secondly, because the day that I wanted to launch, I think 14 days ago, when I decided to launch this challenge, there was a promotion in Namecheap. I got the domain in $4 only, like amazingchallenge.us, and I really love it. So that's why I call it amazing challenge. And then the reasons that what is the mission of this entire challenge is about? This challenge is to help those who are in fear. You have been checking out other people's video and you felt like you have a great message to share, whether personally or for your business, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a business owner or an entrepreneur to be able to produce video. Video, it can be really your experiment, your vlog, your message. You will have no idea how many people have been coming to me to tell me that my experiment kind of video inspired them to take actions. My failure in experimenting in my Facebook ads helped them to save their time. So you have no idea how your one video could have changed someone's life. Maybe it's not in a drastic way, but then the fact that you get that is very, very empowering. So that's why, of course, if let's say I tell like too far away, it is very difficult to imagine. But then I want to tell you guys, video is the future. Because comparing with someone who just writes, like maybe a writer who writes on blogs, who writes on, in your Facebook profile, like long form kind of content to get leads, to get potential clients, right? It is working. However, it's so easy for other people to duplicate and rip off your work, right? Someone, I could have just go to your profile. That is really an interesting piece of art that you have written. Let me just copy and paste, just change a little bit of wording and then pretend it is my own, right? So that's why I found another better way is that anyone in the world, they can copy you, they can copy your words, but they can never copy your spirit. The fact that we are talking right now, you guys are watching it right now, nobody can copy that because that's June. And of course, for you to start video, you don't have to be the June. You guys should actually just go to my website, theamazingchallenge.us. I actually have a snippet of, I think, about 7 seconds of, that was my first ever video. I was so lucky that I still have that in record. So that was very embarrassing and I was really scared. Like, I was really nervous. Before I done that live, but then I'm glad that I decided to do it anyway, because just imagine that the first day that I pressed the live button, I would never imagine that I would have come this far. I would have my own academy. I will be a course creator. I'll be able to empower others. I'll be able to share my message across, even though my message can be like my failure, can be something something really embarrassing. So that is one thing that I find it's the entire journey is very interesting. And the fact that right now I'm doing a challenge, nothing could have started without my first ever video. So guys, so if let's say you are out there, you felt like you really want to give it a try, trust yourself. Do not ever underestimate of the actions and and also the 0.1% improvement that you are working on each day. Don't ever estimate that, because when you add up 0.1% each day, after 365 days, that is a lot. So that's why, oh my God, I've been like live for almost 20 minutes talking nonstop. So I actually couldn't see who is live, except I can see Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey. Not so sure whether you're still here. And usually the others, I only see like Facebook user. Okay, I have to think, how should I able to see that? It's my second day using Be.Live. So far, it's so good. And I'm really glad I grabbed this deal because it's only $59 for a lifetime. So for those out there, if let's say you really want to get that, I'm just going to put that's my affiliate link. I'm going to put my affiliate link down below. The advantage compared to StreamYard, let me think. After comparing both, I find that StreamYard is something that I'm more familiar with. StreamYard free version is good for those who are starting out. If let's say you're starting out, you don't have to get the Be.Live because you haven't even started your first live. So why should you get like a software to do live, right? So basically, if let's say you're starting out, StreamYard free version is good. But if let's say you are thinking to level up your game, all right, you have been using StreamYard free version, you want to level up your game, I think it's really cool that we all can put all this stuff. Can you guys see like the right corner? The right corner, I just put up my logo for the amazing challenge, right? So you can do all this. You can blur. Actually, right now you see I'm so clear, not only because I'm using a Logitech web camera, it's because I was able to blur my background. Okay, I want to show you guys what will happen if let's say I'm blurred. So blur it. This one is when I blur it. Different things, the reasons that I like to, I got on board with the Be.Live, but also Be.Live has a free version as well, so you guys definitely want to check it out. And thank you so much for listening to me for the entire like 25 minutes. And I really hope that you guys will trust yourself, to give yourself a chance and to start your amazing life. And I'll see you guys in the amazing challenge